Hey guys, so today we're doing something a little bit different and taking a look at one of my subscribers' cars. I do this from time to time and hopefully can start doing a little bit more in the future. But his name is Blaze and his Instagram name is @b5_SRT8_beast. So make sure to go check that out and follow him. He is a good friend and big supporter of my channel, so I wanted to feature his awesome ride. Nowadays, everybody seems to have the new toys, and it seems like there are new challengers out almost every year, one-upping the next. First, the Hellcat in 2015, the Demon for 2018, the Hellcat Redeye for 2019, and most recently, the Superstock for 2021. Blaze's vehicle was the one that helped pave the way for all of those, the 2009 Dodge Challenger SRT8 with the 6-speed manual. So we're going to take a deeper look at the original SRT Challenger, and along the way we will cover some of the cool mods and additions that he's added to the vehicle as well. You'll see the outline on screen now for how we're going to do this, and let's get right into this review. So the Challenger first gained popularity during its first gen from 1970 to 1974, and then it returned as a rebadged variant of the Mitsubishi Galant Lambda Coupe from 1978 to 1983. After a long 25-year hiatus, the Challenger would return in 2008 with the inaugural edition SRT8. 2009 was the first year that Dodge actually produced a full lineup of the Challenger: SE with the 3.5-liter V6 for $22,220, RT with the 5.7-liter Hemi V8 for $30,220, and SRT8 carrying a price tag of $40,220. So not only was the SRT8 the top dog in the Challenger lineup back then, but this 2009 model was also the first application of a manual transmission with the new generation Hemi V8s. Getting into the specific SRT8, it has pretty low production numbers. 2009 saw 484 B5 Blue Challenger SRT8s produced globally, with 345 of those getting the 6-speed manual. So this is a 1 in 345 car worldwide, but if you narrow this down to the US, with no sunroof, B5 Blue, and the stick shift, there are only 93 of them, and if you further narrow it down to Canada where we live, there are just 5 of them with that spec. So it's definitely not easy to find. The Challenger took the middle ground with its design, combining the looks of a retro car and a new one at the same time. Just like the Charger, it has a commanding presence on any road. Chrysler took their full-size rear-wheel drive platform, used for the Charger, Magnum, and 300, and shortened it by 4 inches down to 116 for the Challenger, calling it the LC platform. It's still really big for a coupe, 10 inches longer than its Ford Mustang competitor at the time. Out of this, the SE and the RT, the SRT8s were by far the coolest looking of the three. But before we talk about the way the car was designed from the factory, something else literally sticks out at you: the custom widebody look gained by using fender flares. While the newer Challengers now have a widebody option for $6,000, it's not something that you see very often on the older models. This was done using Vicrez fender flares that were actually designed for the 2015 to 2020 Challengers and custom fitting them to fit on the 09. You can see that it covers the side marker a bit up front, since the 08 to 14 bumpers were different, but other than that you really can't tell that anything's off. To get them to stay on, there's a 3M tape bracket to put on the wheel well edge, and additional glue used to keep everything in place, along where the 3M tape would go. It's painted closely to match the B5 Blue paint, but clear coat has not yet been added, so it might be a tad bit off. He's also added mud flaps from a Ram as the final touch. For a custom job, it looks absolutely phenomenal, and gives that SRT a beefier look that just works so well in my opinion. Almost can't go back to the stock look once you see this. All in, a job like this costs about $690 US for the kit, and then another $200 for the paint. If you're wondering about the wheels, Blaze does intend to throw on some 18x11 Demon replicas, but for now the car has the stock Alcoa forged wheels with 1.5-inch Venom spacers that push the wheels out quite a bit so they aren't so recessed with the wider body. These stock wheels are 20x9 inches all the way around. The tires are slightly staggered, 245/45 ZR20 front, and 255/45 ZR20 rears. They come from the factory like that. And beneath those wheels there are 4-piston bright Brembo calipers, with 14.1-inch front rotors and 13.8 inches in the back. Going back to the styling of the SRT8, the front end has 4 round bi-xenon headlights, 2 on each side with a wide horizontal grille in the middle, and of course the SRT badge on the right side. It looks menacing and muscular all in one. Carried over from the 2008 inaugural edition are the faux carbon fiber stripes, a perfect fit for the car's hood. The hood scoops are functional, contributing to engine bay ventilation, as cool air can go in or warm air can go out, but that air does not directly go to the engine. To the side of the scoops there is a 6.1 Hemi badge, more on performance later. The front has a deeper front air dam with more functional brake ducts, and small winglets near the front wheels. The polished aluminum fuel filler door is an awesome retro touch as well. At the back, there's a matte black deck spoiler with the SRT8 badge and full-width taillights. On this car, the SRT logo has been added in the center, along with some black plasti dip to change up the look a bit. Blaze has also rewired the taillights so that the entire side lights up when braking or signaling, as stock, usually that's just a smaller portion only. The interior is literally quite dark, a lot of black materials used, apart from the carbon fiber looking center panel trim and some chrome on the door handles and bezels. Visibility isn't the greatest, with thick ANC pillars, the low roof, small mirrors, and a long hood. The door panels are trimmed with leather and contrast stitching, and the steering wheel gets wrapped in leather as well. The SRT leather and Alcantara bucket seats are heated and beautiful to look at and sit in, gluing the driver to their seat and providing sizable bolsters. They also have contrast stitching and a color-matching velour insert, as you can see, blue here. The tech is a bit old, as you might expect, with a Uconnect touchscreen system with a 30GB internal disk, Sirius satellite radio, a CD player, aux port, and USB port. This SRT does have a 522-watt Kicker 13-speaker sound system too. There's also a performance features menu on the cluster that can display 0 to 60 in quarter-mile acceleration, braking, G-forces, fuel economy, and more. Some of the downsides here would be a lot of interior plastics, a cramped and small back seat, and a trunk that's not as big as the sedans. Obviously though, most buying a Challenger do not have practicality as one of their top concerns, so these would not be huge issues at all. Speaking of top concerns, the performance is one of them for any SRT buyer, and this was the ultimate performance from Dodge, other than the Viper, which would be over double the price of this. Under the hood is the big 6.1-liter Hemi V8 with 425 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque, and as mentioned, this is paired with a 6-speed Tremec TR6060 manual transmission and a ZF Sachs 250mm twin-disc clutch. That tranny is designed to handle 600 horsepower stock and comes with hill start assist standard. It also has solenoids for a 1-to-4 skip shift, and that's purely done for fuel savings so that Dodge could claim higher numbers for the manual over the automatic. Blaze has deleted this skip shift and added a nice Mopar shift knob, a throttle controller similar to the pedal commander, and an AFE cold air intake. Dodge claims 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds and the quarter mile in 13.2 seconds, but with the stick shift that's heavily dependent on the driver as they battle wheel spin and wheel hop. Top speed is around 172 miles per hour, not bad for a 4,140 pound coupe. The SRT8 has the right tools that are geared towards going fast, like a limited slip differential and a way shorter axle ratio than the automatic, 3.92 to 1 compared to 3.06 to 1. The SRT8s do come with the track pack standard with the manual transmission, something that's simply unavailable with the automatics. It comes with basically everything that we've talked about, like the 6-speed, bright pedals, different exhaust, the LSD, the more aggressive gearing, and a full shutoff of the ESP system, where you can push the button for the first stage and hold it down until it chimes for the second stage. I just mentioned the exhaust, so another huge perk the manual has over the automatic is a unique and louder exhaust. It's got an H-pipe, then an X-pipe, and instead of the single mid-muffler on the other Mopars, that has been replaced with 2 low-restriction bottle resonators, resulting in some incredible stock sound from the factory, as you're going to hear. Quickly checking on the gas mileage, I once heard someone say, "It's a good thing the Challenger fuel door looks so good because you'll be seeing a lot of it." And that definitely holds true here, as the manual gets just 14 city and 22 highway MPG, while the automatic is rated for less at 1319. The last aspect of this review is to look at the competition, always a hot topic of discussion amongst performance vehicles as we compare who's got more power and who's getting down the line the quickest. I've limited the competition to rear-wheel drive coupes from 2008 to 2010, since the Challenger did get a big improvement with the new 6.4 SRT engine for 2011, and I've tried to keep the price range relatively close with a few outliers for comparison. I'll also post a short summary chart at the end or while I'm talking. The Mustang GT is almost $13,000 cheaper, while the Camaro SS was nearly $6,000 cheaper, both offering V8s and similar performance, the GT slower and the SS a hair faster. There's also a similarly priced Infiniti G37, but that's over half a second slower in the performance metrics and has a much less powerful V6 engine. Climbing up the ladder for $3,000 more was the Shelby GT500 Coupe, probably one of the best options for performance with its 500 horsepower supercharged 5.4 liter V8. We go as far as the luxury cars, the BMW M3 Coupe. It's got a V8 and over 400 horsepower and is a bit faster than the Challenger and equal to the GT500, but it is an unfair competition as it's clearly priced higher, $18,000 above the SRT8. So that's the end of this review, guys. One thing I did notice online was that most reviewers from this era found that the 2009 RT Challenger was just right and the best bang for your buck when comparing the other trim levels, with basically 90% of the horsepower, better fuel economy, and similar performance for exactly $10,000 less. But all I can say is that the SRT8 was the ultimate Challenger for those that wanted uncompromised performance. These owners don't care about passenger space or gas mileage, they just want to go fast and loud in their angry muscle car. And that's exactly what the manual SRT8 can do, smoking the tires and hurling you back in your seat as you shift down the back roads. So thanks for watching, hopefully you enjoyed that in-depth look at the 2009 Dodge Challenger SRT8 manual. Make sure to follow Blaze on Instagram, and like and subscribe for more Mopar and car content. I'll see you guys in the next video.